All right, here they asked me to graph the cotangent function. All right, and I will. Remember, when you graph, you always do 4 tick marks. And then 4 to the left. All right, and then 1 and negative 1. I'm going to go ahead and label all these. This is pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, 2 pi. So negative pi over 2, negative pi, negative 3 pi over 2. All right. Okay, let's just think for a minute. This is 1, 0 at 0. At pi over 2, the coordinate is 0, 1. At pi, it is negative 1, 0. And down here, it's 0, negative 1. Remember that cotangent is x over y, right? X over y. So if we did a quick little, let's do it over here, a little t-chart. This will help us kind of get started. Remember that cotangent is x over y, and that was what they asked me to graph, is cotangent here, okay? So remember, it's x over y. So if you're at 0, x over y, if you're at 0, then x over y would be 1 over 0, and that is undefined, okay? So that means right here at 0, I'm going to have a vertical asymptote. And then at pi over 2, that would be, remember, it's x over y, so it would be 0 over 1, and that's just 0. At pi, it's going to be, remember, it's x over y, so it's negative 1 over 0, which is undefined. Undefined graphically means a vertical asymptote, okay? I'll just tell you a secret. On tangent and cotangent, when you're graphing them, it always goes asymptote 0, asymptote 0, and then the next will be an asymptote. So this is an asymptote, so this will be 0. This will be an asymptote, and this is 0, and this is an asymptote here, okay? To decide which way the arms go, because I kind of remember the arms they kind of look like this, or they look like this. It's just hard to remember which way do I go. So I always check the point pi over 4. Right between 0 and pi over 2 is pi over 4. And the coordinate there is square root of 2 over 2, square root of 2 over 2. So at pi over 4, it's square root of 2 over 2 divided by square root of 2 over 2, which is just 1. So at pi over 4, it's 1. So that helps me to remember I go up on the left, down on the right. So up on the left, down on the right. Stand up, sit down, fight, fight, fight. Up on the left, down on the right. There we go. Beautiful. It says between negative 2 pi and 2 pi, where are the vertical asymptotes? So it looks like I have one at negative 2 pi. Looks like I have one at negative pi. Looks like I have one at 0. Looks like I have one at pi and at 2 pi. We could call these in general integral multiples of pi. That's generally speaking, this is this thing, but between negative 2 pi and 2 pi, that would be the answer. Then they asked me, where is cotangent of x undefined in general? Well, I guess I could just write what I just wrote right there. Vertical asymptotes and undefined are the same thing, okay? They're describing the same places. So in general, cotangent is undefined at integer, sometimes they say integral multiples of pi, or you could say integer multiples of pi. I think your test says integer multiples of pi. In general, you could say, well, they're going to just ask you that question. That's what you'll have to say. What's the range of cotangent? Well, how low does it go? It goes from negative infinity, and how tall does it go? To infinity. Ta-da! Here's all we need to know about cotangent.